Welcome to another lecture of pharmaceutical jurisprudence. In our last lecture, we started our first unit, that is Drugs and Cosmetic Acts and its rules 1945. And in today's lecture, we will be discussing about the provision for import of drugs and cosmetics which are stated in Drug and Cosmetic Acts and rules. Right? So let's start. Okay students, so the first thing that we need to know is what is the meaning of import. So import is bringing certain things into our territory from outside, that we call as import, and those things can be anything. Those can be any goods, they can be drugs, they can be chemicals, anything, right? So now the drugs and cosmetics, they can be imported from other parts of the world to India under permission, under license, right? Only if they are of certain standard quality. Okay. Now there are certain class of drugs and cosmetics which are prohibited from import. Prohibited means that you cannot import those class of drugs, right? We'll first understand which all drugs and cosmetics they are prohibited from being imported in our country. The first one is the drugs which are not of standard quality. Those drugs cannot be imported in India. The drugs which are misbranded, spurious and adulterated, they cannot be imported in India. And the definitions of these three types of drugs I have discussed in my previous lecture. And any patent drug which does not bear its true formula, or it does not have the list of active ingredients and the quantity of each ingredient. So even those drugs are prohibited from being imported in our country. Okay, so any drug which claims to either prevent or cure diseases which are mentioned in Schedule J, they are also prohibited from getting imported in India. Now, Schedule J is a new terminology for you. Basically, there are certain schedules to the acts as well as to the rules, and these schedules are basically some certain categories, you can say. And I will attach a separate folder, I will attach a separate file for these schedules, and you can go through them, and if you have any doubts in them, then you can always ask me, right? Okay, so Schedule J contains the disease, for example, cancer, tumor, angina pectoris. So these particular diseases, they cannot be cured by any drug. Their progression can only be inhibited, or their progression can be slowed down, right? Now any drug which is prohibited to be sold in the country of its origin, that particular drug is prohibited to be imported in India. Any drug which is not packed or which is not labeled, which as stated by the rules of the act, that is prohibited from getting imported. Any cosmetic containing an ingredient which can be harmful or toxic or injurious to our health, that is prohibited from getting imported. And lastly, certain products which are specified in Schedule C and Schedule C1, they are also prohibited to be imported to India, right? Schedule C and C1 basically contains certain biological products, right? So all these drugs, all these substances, all these categories of drug, basically they are prohibited to be imported to India. Okay students, so the next thing that we need to understand or that we need to know is that what is the procedure for getting the import license and the registration certificate, right? So if you are looking for an import license for the drug products which are not included in Schedule X, then you need to fill a form, that is Form 8. And if you are looking for a license for the drugs which are mentioned in Schedule X, then you need to fill Form 8A, right? Now the application for registration certificate is made to the licensing authority by filling Form 40, and the registration certificate is issued to the applicant through Form 41, right? The application may be made by the manufacturer himself, or the application can also be made by any authorized agent of that particular manufacturer, right? Both the import license and the registration certificate, they are valid for a period of 3 years from the date of issue, and they can be cancelled anytime. If anyone is found doing offensive activity, then their license can be cancelled at any point of time, right? Now coming to the conditions of import license, the manufacturer shall observe undertaking given in form 9, whichever undertaking are given in form 9, the manufacturer has to follow them. The licensee should maintain a proper record of all the imported drugs, and to whoever person the imported drugs are being supplied to, the record should be maintained in a proper register. The importer shall maintain a proper record of all the storage facilities for the drug which is being imported under this particular act. The importer should permit the inspector to inspect the imported drug at any point of time. Right? The licensee should withdraw the substance from market if asked to do so by the authority. He should not argue with the authority if found that the substance is substandard. Right? Separate license is required for the import of drugs from different manufacturers or from the same manufacturer located at different places. Right? So a separate license is required. Now coming to the procedure of import, now there is a set procedure through which a product can be imported, right? Firstly, the product which you want to import should be properly packed and properly labeled according to the provision that is stated in the law. Secondly, it should contain an invoice, and that particular invoice should bear the name of the manufacturer, the address of the manufacturer, and the name and quantity of the drugs which are being imported, right? Then there are certain drug products for which license is not required, right? You do not require any license for their import. So if this is the case, then a declaration has to be signed and sent by the manufacturer to the custom collector, right? And the custom collector has the authority to take samples from the imported drugs, and he can detain that particular consignment till the report is out, right? And certain laboratories have been assigned by the government where these samples are sent for analysis. Okay, so they basically have to send the consignment back to the manufacturer within 2 months. Okay, so now if the reports show that the consignment is not of standard quality and the importer has certain objections in the result, then he can go up to the licensing authority, and the decision of the licensing authority will be considered as the final decision. Okay? Okay students, so now if the manufacturer or the importer, that is the licensee, fails to comply to any of the conditions which are mentioned in the registration certificate, which is in form 41, the licensing authority, they have the right to cancel, to suspend the registration certificate of that particular manufacturer or that particular importer for a period of whatsoever time they want, right? However, if the importer against which the decision has been made, whose license or whose registration certificate has been cancelled, he can appeal to the central government within 30 days of the decision against the order, and the decision of the central government will be regarded as the final decision. Now coming to the offences and penalties. Now what happens if a particular importer, if a particular manufacturer is seen doing offensive activity? Okay, so we know that there are certain classes of drugs whose import is prohibited, and even after knowing that particular drug class cannot be imported, it is prohibited, even if a person tries to import that particular drug in the country, then he can have an imprisonment of up to 6 months and a fine up to 500 rupees or both, right? If drugs and cosmetics are imported in the contravention with provisions of any notification which are issued under section 10A, then the person is liable for imprisonment up to 3 years and fine up to 5,000 rupees. So these are the different offences and penalties. Students, so this was all in today's lecture. If you have any doubts, any queries, you can always call me, WhatsApp me, drop me a mail. We can discuss over your problem at any point of time. And thank you so much for giving your time.